What's up, everybody? Welcome back. So I have a flavor today, but in some ways, I may have already reviewed it. So let me just start with telling you what the flavor is today. I have powdered jelly donut. And this is billed as a new flavor from Jeni's. It was released as part of like their spring collection. And I just thought it was like, a brand new flavor. But one of my subscribers had pointed out to me that this is the same as a revamping of raspberry rose jelly donut. And at first I wasn't sure, but she said it's in the ingredients list. The rose still is, even though it's not billed on the carton. And sure enough, raspberry rose jelly is like on there. So it's not being called raspberry rose jelly donut, but it seems like it's maybe a revamping of it. And the reason that I think that is because, full disclosure, I did have this at a scoop shop. I tried it maybe like a month ago when it was like just freshly dropped. So this is not technically going to be a first impression video, but I remember having it at the scoop shop and being like, oh my God, this is so bomb, like it is delicious. And I don't recall having that same reaction to raspberry rose jelly donut. I did look at my old video review for raspberry rose and I had given that one a 7. So we'll see how this one compares. I really am convinced that she just like maybe took that flavor and made it like a little better and then rebranded it under just powdered jelly donut. The little flavor description here says, a proper box of donuts has something for everyone. Let them have the sprinkles, the white coconut, the maple bacon. Your hand heads straight for the snow-dusted round with a neon red center. Taking mind not to breathe in the powdered sugar, you bite into dough as soft and welcoming as a feather pillow. Then fragrant sweet raspberry jelly makes you feel all is well in the world, at least for this moment. Have a few napkins handy. So she doesn't even mention rose in the flavor description. It's a very sneaky. It's only in the ingredients list. The little flavor description at the top says vanilla custard, raspberry jelly, and a brown sugar donut crumble. Shout out to the tripod that I've had for probably a year at this point and only just realized that the legs extend. Some new YouTuber shit right there. So my setup is like today. Like it's actually at the height I need it to be. I don't have to like prop it up on shit to make it better. We're opening it up. Here we have that nice, delicious raspberry jelly swirl. It is plentiful. We have a good amount of raspberry jelly in there. Not too much going on with the base visually. Again, it's vanilla custard, so it's nothing crazy. And I do think I see some hints of donut pieces in here. Brown sugar donut crumble. Now, when I looked back on my review video for raspberry rose, one of the things that I was disappointed in was like the texture of the donut. It seemed more like a hard dough piece than, I don't know what I was expecting because it's an ice cream, but like I wanted like a softer, chewier donut piece in the ice cream, and that's not what I got. So again, let's see how this one goes. So we're gonna go in, let me see if I can get a good bite here. We've got definitely some raspberry in this. Oh yeah, there are the brown sugar donut pieces. So I'm gonna grab some of that. Like, and already I just feel like you can tell like the texture of the donut pieces is so much better than it was in raspberry rose. Like they actually look softer, they look gooey. And make it like a little more of this swirl in there. All right, so we definitely have vanilla custard, we have donut, we have raspberry jelly. Let's go. I'm sorry. Like if this is the quote same flavor, this is just way better. I'm really convinced that she just revamped it. I do not believe that raspberry rose jelly donut had a brown sugar donut crumble. The brown sugar flavor really, it just adds something. The donut pieces, as I suspected, are much softer and kind of have almost like maybe like a cake-like texture. Like if you have cake pieces in ice cream where it's like a little soft and chewy. That's more of what this is. Whereas the raspberry rose jelly donut had kind of like harder, like almost like cinnamon bun pieces in there. So the consistency of the donut is definitely better. I think the jam is like out of this world. I don't taste any rose in it at all. Let me just do like a little. I really don't. This tastes like straight up like Smucker's raspberry preserves, like straight up out the jar. Like I don't really taste any rose in it. And I remember that sort of throwing me as a flavor element in raspberry rose as well. And then the vanilla custard base, as always, is just like a really delightful, lovely base. Got another donut piece here. This is delicious. This is just so much better than the other one. It just is. It's such a good, rich, classic vanilla base. It's just really good. Nothing plain Jane about it. I'm really looking for that rose flavor and I'm not really finding it, but I'm also not mad at it. So like maybe she just cut back on the amount of rose flavoring, but it still has to be listed. This is improved on every level. On my review of Raspberry Rose Jelly Donut, I gave it a 7, which in retrospect I think is actually high. I think it might have gotten more points than warranted for like originality. So like I would say that's probably more like a 6. And this has got to be like an 8 or 9, honestly. I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go 9. I think the balance of flavors is just so much better. The raspberry jelly is incredible. It's really yummy. It really just tastes like raspberry jelly straight out the jar. And the donut pieces, like the texture is so much better, the flavor is so much better. I think she just took what was already a good flavor and like tweaked some things and elevated it and then released it under powdered jelly donut instead of raspberry rose jelly donut. So yeah, I think that this one is a 9 out of 10. This is an incredible flavor. I would recommend you trying it if you get the chance to go out to a scoop shop, or you can order it online. I believe it's still available. Go check it out. Go get you some powdered jelly donut. That's the scoop. I'll see you next time.